We saw the Alpha bracket deliver last week, but this week it's all about the Omega bracket. 16 more teams will take the stage at the biggest VCT event ever. Hello everyone and welcome to day 7 of Locking, coming to you live from São Paulo, Brazil. I'm your host Yingsu, and along with me are some new teams. We got some fresh faces and some returning faces as well. When did you both grow this mustache, Bala and Doug? I need to know. I need to know. You
go first, because this is a one-day thing. I'm just letting you know right now.
No. You're not getting out of that. It's not just a one-day thing. You've committed. You're on camera. It's not going anywhere.
Okay.
This took some time. All right, but like all good things, you have to let it simmer. You gotta let it cook.
Yeah.
I feel a little bit left out because I didn't realize you were going to rock up with one as well.
Yeah, I mean, we were looking for something to help you out, but we couldn't find it.
In fact, if we can get a Sharpie at the desk at some point, I think that'd be really helpful.
Yeah, I have a few weeks, I think, to grow one before we have to go home. But I've seen you two around Brazil, actually.
Yeah, no, you haven't.
So I don't know why you haven't been here on the show, but I'm pretty sure I have seen you. What have you guys been up to? What have you been doing?
Watching from home.
Yeah, we've been at home. We've been.
Wait, you're getting exposed. You're getting exposed.
What is this?
Who is that? That looks a lot like us, but I don't. That's not us.
That is definitely
I can't claim that.
Yeah, that mustache is nearly as good as yours.
This is kind of a vibe, though. Hold up, yo, dang, yo, wait. Don't stop the music. What happened? What happened? This is kind of a vibe.
You're still in the carnival mood. I feel like you haven't done enough partying.
Never went. No. I was partying by watching the games.
Right, at home, responsibly.
Yeah. Oh yeah, partying with EMEA teams.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah, no.
Okay. Speaking of EMEA teams, let's take a look at what happened in the Alpha bracket, I think. No, never mind. Alpha bracket, I don't really want to talk about it because EMEA teams didn't really go that far. But let's take a look at the Omega bracket. Doug, look at this. There's a lot of good teams there.
This side is stacked. I mean, you can easily look around this graphic and point out to 6 teams that could easily make their way into the top 2 and a couple of runners to win the whole thing. So this side is nuts.
Yeah, and I mean, while you're trying to cope about the Alpha bracket for EU, this really has the heavy hitters from EMEA, right? Team Liquid are there with the Gambit core. We have Navi as well, who had just a phenomenal run last year. And then obviously Fnatic, which is the big super team that I think everybody's really excited about. So a lot to watch in this bracket. And we've already had surprises, right? With Pacific, as good as they're playing, we should expect a little bit more here in this bracket as well.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I feel like they've set the bar high now.
Yes.
Like Talon, DRX, I think I can't wait to see what they can do in this bracket. Now, you don't want to get your bracket busted on day 1, so make some smart picks. And apparently, I'm supposed to say that Bren and Saisha are making smart picks, but you guys can make your mind up here as we take a look at a little bracketology.
Okay, let's get into it. Bracketology, version 2, Omega bracket. This time I'm not being messed around. I know there's going to be a timer coming. I've got the box as well, and I know what teams I'm doing, and there's a timer on top of it as well.
Oh, you thought it'd be that easy, did you? Not a chance, not a chance. All right, can we get the other bracket in, please? Other bracket, thank you, thank you. Right. No, that's deliberate. That's how we wanted. That's how we wanted that to. That's how we wanted that to work. All right, Brennan, you don't need any of these, so don't worry about that.
So what am I doing?
Well, we're giving you some darts, and you know it's all the classic rule of darts. You got 2 minutes 30. Start.
2 minutes 30.
Start going.
Okay. Why have you given me so many darts?
Well, you've got a lot of teams.
Okay. Well, all right.
Time's ticking.
Sure.
Who are you aiming for?
I don't know.
Well, that's T1.
Yeah, sure. T1.
I mean, it landed on T1, so yes, it's T1. That's the normal rule of darts.
Okay,
all right,
sorry, sir.
next team.
What is going on?
Time's ticking, come on.
How much time have I got?
Come
2 minutes?
on.
Yeah, sure. I'm aiming for 100 thieves.
All right. Well, that's Sentinels. They'll do. I mean, there's part of the Americas as well, I suppose. All right, Sentinels moving on.
Okay.
No there.
Can you hurry up?
Well, I'm moving as fast as I can. Listen,
I need to start throwing these.
That'll be fun. Go on, another one. Come on.
Yeah, sure. Sorry.
Right, well, who are you even aiming for?
I don't know. You put a pressure on me.
That's EDG.
I don't know.
That's EDG.
That's not Edward Gaming.
Yes, it is. It's Edward Gaming.
It's nowhere near them.
And I can't even stick it on, so... Listen, pick your next one. Go on. Time's ticking.
Get out of my way.
Get thinking.
Okay.
You're just going around in a circle.
Vitality. Oh, God, Edward Gaming's gone. That's fine. I wanted them gone.
Who's that?
I don't know.
That's Navi.
Navi?
Yeah, Navi's won that game.
I'm okay with that.
God, the darts are really speaking to us today, aren't they? All right, which team are you going for next?
I'm going with
You've only got
Vitality
3 teams on there.
again. I mean, that's...
Right, that's shambolic, but that's Sentinels, I suppose. All right, get Sentinels through to the semis. Thank you.
Okay.
The next one, we need the even bigger one than that.
Yeah, sure. You're panicking me a little bit.
1 minute. Furia, they can't
Okay,
go
we're chill.
Right, Secret. That was Team Secret. Don't hit me with a dart.
Okay. You can't even hold the goddamn teams, man. What are you doing?
Blue trackers.
Can you get me some darts back? I've only got 3
Production
left.
jobs are way more difficult than just walking on camera. Go
Get
on.
out of my way.
Who are you aiming at?
I don't know.
Who are you aiming
I
at?
don't know. How much time do I have?
Come on. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Who are you aiming at? Right, that's
please.
Vitality.
Vitality, please.
Can't even find Vitality.
I need darts, man.
Right, well...
I need darts, man.
Bloody Nora.
Get...
Didn't think I'd be more stressed than you.
Just the box.
There's a dart.
Give me the dart. Okay.
No, I've straightened it up, haven't
You have. Sentinels are gone. I've impaled Sentinels off the board.
You've got 10 seconds.
Okay.
You've got 10 seconds.
Get out of my way.
You've knocked 2 teams out
Sorry.
of the tournament
Yeah,
that you already
I know.
put through.
I'm sorry.
That's Fnatic.
My dart's the wrong way around.
That's Fnatic again.
Okay.
That's Fnatic again.
I don't know what.
And that's Fnatic again.
That was it. I mean, that was quite good. They were.
You're out of time. You really like Fnatic, huh? That's about as good as your old bracket. I mean, I don't know how you call yourself a bracketologist.
What do you want from me? I mean, you give me the time and then you.
I gave you the task and you failed.
Okay, sure. I mean, that's the bracketology bit, skit. Is it? A bit, a skit? Is that what you see analysis as? A bit, a skit?
I didn't see any
analysis.
analysis.
A joke? Is this entire skit supposed to be a joke? Is that what it is to you, a joke? I'm done.
I just want to say that skip broke everything in the studio. I can't see my prompter. I can't see any of the screens, and I'm pretty sure we have no cameras, all because of those 2.
He threw a stray dart, and it somehow hit the truck somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, low-key, I was genuinely concerned for Josh's health and well-being.
I thought for sure that
one to the side of the head, bro.
God.
And it would have been funny. Let's be real here.
Oh,
That would have been
dying.
really funny. But don't leave anything to them. Don't leave absolutely anything to them.
I'm
Predicting a
actually
bracket, and now they've broken all of production as well. So
We're back. We're back.
Oh, hey, welcome
All right,
back.
Saisho and Bran are never allowed to do anything ever
Goodness no.
again.
Especially with
In
sharp
fact,
items.
Yeah, if I see them like behind backstage, I'm just gonna scold them now because it's not happening. They can't come anywhere near us. But we do have a poll. Since you 2 are here, so we can get you guys involved with a bit of predictions as well. I think a lot of people for the last poll, of course, Omega poll.
Omega poll.
Which of course I want you guys at home to predict. It's all falling apart. I want you to predict which region is going to be able to come out on top, of course, in the Omega poll. I think it was Americas that won last time. I think it's because like the Brazilian fans,
I think it was Brazilian.
That checks out.
What do you guys
They're
think?
crazy. I mean, they're really popular on social media. They just go crazy for
They
their
roll
teams.
deep, man. Yeah, they roll deep. I want to say EMEA, but only because I have to just pick one. I do think there are a lot of stacked EMEA teams on here, but if I had to pick 2, I think Americas.
Yeah, I mean, if you had to pick 2. I mean,
well, there are 2 that make it out of the bracket.
Sure. I mean, I have to say EMEA too. I think, honestly, there's so many good teams here. I think the sleeper pick would be Pacific. Obviously, there was China on there too. And EDG is definitely somebody who I've been hearing a lot about. So let's see. I'm picking EMEA, though, for sure.
Well, make sure you guys go on social media and vote right now. And remember to use the hashtags VCT and VCT Lock-in throughout the week. If you want to have any thoughts you want us to let us know, we're going to be showing them, I am sure. But for now, we're going to go to a quick break and hopefully no more Saisho and Bren so we can get this show back on track. We'll see you in a minute. Welcome back, everyone. Let's get right to it and talk about our first match of the day. It is between EMEA's Team Liquid and APAC's Team Secret. Now, Team Liquid, a name we know and love. We've seen them a lot of times in international tournament. But Bala, this is not the same Team Liquid we saw last year. There's been some changes.
Yeah, of course. And you know I'm going to love the changes. It's coming in with an IGL with, I know all the Team Liquid fans are loving, Redgar, and then Nats as well coming in, Safe coming in from Guild. It's a full revamp of the team, which I think is the big takeaway. It's not just, okay, new Liquid with an IGL.
Right.
It's everybody on this roster now has some real firepower to replace what has left, essentially.
Right, and in a lot of ways, this feels like what Liquid should have looked like, right? Like, they have all the pieces. I think we just saw a Bala cameo.
Bala's just out there.
What? I mean,
Repping.
I told you, you know
He's
I'm going to
a
love
fan.
this
Yeah,
team.
he's
Of
a fan.
course
He's a
I'm going to
fan.
love
He
this
is a
team.
fan. Yeah.
But they have all the pieces, right? Like, I finally look at this Liquid roster and I go, this is a team that can make a deep run. Like,
I got Nats' signature after that, by the way.
Oh,
I bet you did. I
totally
bet
believe
you
it.
did, yeah.
I absolutely believe it.
I mean, they finally have an IGL, but also to kind of replace Screen's role a little bit in that duelist side. I think, Doug, we need to talk about Safe. Him coming in here for Team Liquid.
Absolutely. I think he's so much fun
I mean,
because
but really, like, say, I mean, when you're looking at this team, I mean, there's more to it than just Safe replacing Scream. I've been waiting so long for the Gambit guys to get on land. Yeah, look, Nats, this guy. I mean, it's been a year, right, since they've been here. I've been writing so much, just imagining them here in this writing. I've been working on my poetry, so let me just
I know
read a
you
couple.
like Gambit, but...
Yeah. Here, look, Chamber Nerf is what I needed for Nats to become undefeated. Nobody knows anymore. His setups and timings are just lore. He's the Cypher King. Don't ignore. He's the Viper Fiend. Watch him soar. You know? You want some more?
I think
No, I think
Safe-
you hit it.
You know why I love Gambit?
Safe-
No, I don't.
Perfect strategy. This is a haiku, by the way, so listen to the syllables.
575.
Perfect strategy. Brilliant coordination. It's easy to love.
I think he really likes Gambit.
Yeah.
Did you get
Redgar's
that vibe?
calling
yeah,
is like a beautiful canvas. He can bring you anywhere.
Keeps going.
I've got pages of this.
I
Better
don't
be-
know what to say to you. I think I
going.
look at you differently now.
Well, you
because
made
of
me
it.
wear this,
Let's
so.
well, let's get back to Safe.
Yeah,
Right?
let's talk about
Safe is exciting. I mean, he runs different agents, which I think
No,
is a
I got
lot
another
of fun.
one. Here's a good one for Nats. Better be careful. I see it now. Nats behind you in your spawn. Your mind.
Okay.
575.
Do you know what? I actually think...
Well, no, hang on.
Okay,
I have
yeah,
one.
yeah.
I would
You
like,
have one
I
as
would
well.
like one. Yeah, this
Okay,
one's going to
okay.
come off top. Bala,
Off the dome?
off the dome. Bala, this must stop. Lose the Nats body pillow. They don't know you, bro.
Oh, no.
This is enough.
No, you
all right?
did. You did. That was uncalled for.
No, it wasn't.
That was uncalled for.
He needs an intervention, man.
This man has been waiting 3 international tournaments, 12 months for the return of Gambit. And let's give them a reason. Let's give the guys at home a refresher as to why Bala has been waiting so long for this team. In case you guys forgot, the last time we saw Gambit, they came second at Champions, and Bala, talk your truth. Talk your truth.
Look at this. They lifted a trophy. They were the best team in the world. And I think everybody going into last year was like, yeah, this is going to continue. Unfortunately, it didn't, but they still had those glimpses. They still evoke the strategic mind. It's thinking man's Valorant when you watch Gambit. When you watch these guys, Redgar, Nats, it is so fun to watch, and
really
it
is.
makes you such a fan. And of course, all the rest of the pieces that are on Liquid are good too, but
they're not Redgar and Nats.
They're not Redgar.
Yeah, but let's just give him the piece and let's just talk about Nats. Let's just let Bala.
I mean, I do.
Let's just do it. Let's just do it.
And that is
Yeah.
one of the reasons why this team is so exciting and so much fun. You got to remember, and I'm sure Bala thinks about this every day, when Nats really came into his own, he revolutionized the role, right? He played it in a way that was different from everyone else. He was coming up with tech. His map awareness was outrageous and undefeated. Like, Nats changed the game.
Yeah.
So for us to see him back on the international stage is something you should be fired up about.
yeah, and I think that's something too. We live now in a Sentinel meta.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
So,
Yeah.
he's a true Sentinel. He's the guy who, you said it, revolutionized the way that they played. And also, people have not played against him on land for such a long time.
Right.
People are going to forget how dominant this guy can be. And now he's paired up with somebody like Safe, who's also a Lanimal. Like, there's so many factors here that I think you should be excited for, but it's still a new team. So let me temper that real quick. It's still a new team. So let me get the excuses ready.
He's backtracking
But the
already.
pieces are there.
Yes.
And I think that's the key here. The pieces are there for Liquid in a way that they've never been before.
Yeah. Do you know what, Bala? Since it's your first day back here on the desk, and we love you, respect you so much, we've actually got Red Girl and Nats right now to chat a little bit more about Team Liquid.
Hello, my name is Redgar and I'm the team captain of Team Liquid. Yampi is really like funny guy in the team, and he's really like smart to find out the kills, like how he should do to play as a duelist. Sulkas is like really, you know, like that guy who can like do the unexpected things. He has incredible aim. And of course, my DJ Save, right? He's really like funny guy, smart guy. I really like him because he's like my vice captain and he's helping me a lot in the middle calls. I will continue like with the Nats. I think he's a really nice lurker and also like the guy in real life. I think he's one of the best lurker and the player on the Cypher and the Viper. I think he already proved it like several times. It's time to prove it again.
My name is Nats. I'm playing for Team Liquid Valorant roster. To be honest, I like the schedule and the format of the tournament, that it's single elimination. You just have only one chance and you have to show everything what you have. I'm super happy that there is no champion anymore. I don't know, that agent, super easy to play. Sorry for saying that. I hope I will have a chance to show my Cypher finally.
For me, like this season is gonna be the season that I want to win this with my boys, like the all tournament if it's possible. Like, I know it's maybe the dream that everyone can see and say, hey, you just want to win all the tournaments, you can't do that, but I can dream about it, so nobody can say that I can dream about that.
I'm super excited for the game, for the stage, because that's the first time for me in front of the audience. I hope we'll get a lot of support also from the audience on the stage. And of course, vamos!
Honestly, I didn't hear anything they were saying. All I saw was this.
This is the next TikTok dance, by the way. I expect TikTok to be inundated with Valorant.
We need to talk to Mimi about this before we jump. Like, she's the Zoomer. She knows that this is going to be trending.
It made me feel some type of way. So yeah, absolutely.
He's a looker. They're lookers.
The best looker. But Team Liquid, they're going to be going against Team Secret today. And if it's the other Alpha bracket Pacific teams, there's anything to go by, I feel like we can't underestimate this core and this team as well, Bola.
Yeah, I absolutely think I agree with that, because this team, much like the Gambit core that we were talking about, had great success early on in Valorant. The first year of VCT, they made it to Champions. They made it to playoffs as well. They pulled off something that we really didn't expect from the SCA region, led by some players that are still on this team. Now, they struggled last year, just like the other side, though.
Yeah, I'm going to be the bad cop to your good cop feeling here. They also got 13-0'd. As like one of the one of 3 times in VCT history, international history, we've seen something like that. So yeah, they had some of their moments, but they also struggled really hard across different instances. The core is there, which I think is exciting. You got Borkum, Jesse Bash, and those guys, but I think to give them the same level of excitement and expectation as some of the other APAC teams, I have a hard time with.
Also, why were you not there at the fan walkout bit?
Dude,
where were you?
I actually genuinely felt bad because I was like so loud for them. And they were just like, I walked back in and I'm like, sorry guys, I'm not.
Oh, Bala, no, you didn't. You didn't actually.
Yeah, it was kind of, I felt bad.
Oh, no.
But, I mean, they now have a chance to prove me wrong and make me really sad, so.
Yeah, they do, indeed, they do. I'm glad you mentioned that 13-0, of course, because that was against that Gambit core. It was, you know, Team Secret versus Gambit the last time they were here. This was brutal.
Yeah, but again, to I guess, be the good cop here, Doug, like, the thing is, we really didn't expect them to even have a good game against Gambit, right? They take the first map against them, and then they go on to lose in that series, but then they make playoffs. And that proves to me that this is a team that can make a run at anything, what it might be here in a single elimination tournament. I mean, it's completely unlimited, the distance they can go with the format that it is. So I think they've proven that they can do it, is the takeaway for me from that that Champions run.
What I will say, last night at the press conference, Jesse Vash was on the same time as Redgar, and he looked over and he said, I remember that 13-0, by the way, Redgar, you better watch out. Like, he gave it a little bit.
Well,
so
I mean,
that makes me excited.
You don't forget a whooping like that.
Yeah.
Very easily, right? Like, that's one that sticks with you. And yeah, there's a lot of things in just the nature of Valorant that can kind of get you in that regard, but there are also a lot of natures to Valorant that allow something like a round that you maybe stumble your way into. And Ball, the last point I want to make is that little sliver of hope that you have, that was 2 years ago.
Yes, for sure.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, and we're talking about something so long ago that it's almost irrelevant too.
But I will say that one player that was there 2 years ago, that was there last year, and that is still there now is Dubstep. He's had a bit of a role change, though. The last time we saw him, he was kind of that jet player, Bala, but this time he's not going to be doing that.
Yeah, and last year as well, he was kind of playing jet chamber roulette with some of his other teammates, like Wits in the past as well. So it's something that I think we'll see how he's going to decide to continue. You're alluding to him not even sticking to the main fragger of the team potentially. And I think that's okay. I think Team Secret is a team, much like some of the other APAC teams, that relied on a heavy, good jet player, like Patapan on X10 way back in the day, like Forsaken on HyperX. And I think you kind of have to move away from that. It's more of a team game now, and I think the SCA teams are learning. So I'm really looking out to see how Dubstep integrates with the team as well, with new roles.
I do think, and I mentioned this a little bit earlier, the core is exciting. Right, Dubstep's a big part of that, so I'm very excited to see how they play out. And this is yes, it's a single elimination tournament, but a test up against Liquid. We don't know a ton about them. We certainly don't know a lot about these guys, but you would lean towards Liquid, so this is a really exciting test for them to see what are you made of, because this should not be easy.
Well, let's hear from the man Dubstep himself and Jesse Vach in this quick profile of Team Secret.
Hi, my name is Jesse Bash. I'm the IGL of Team Secret.
Hello guys, I'm Dubstep from Team Secret and I play the Sentinel role. We have been really training so hard for this day and we did not really show so much in 2022, so I feel like this is our year. We trained so long for this and we have made quite a few roster changes, and I feel like this team's chemistry right now is on a different level. So the first member is my captain, Jesse Vash. He's the one with the most experience in the team. He's one of my inspirations as well. He's like the father to our team, the one like leading the charge, trying to discipline all the players, including me. The second member is Borkum. He is the funny guy in the team. He makes these jokes that makes the team mood really nice. Third member would be Jeremy. Jeremy is one of the babies in the team. He needs taking care of, but he's a really chill guy. He has this mood that it's really smooth and cool. One of our newest member, Invi, he is one of the cool guys who I get to like have so much in common, and he's one hell of a player.
With the addition of 2 younger players, the teams become more balanced with talent and experience. The younger player grinds more, so we are motivated by how they grind. The playstyle is a mix of discipline and aggressive. We can be aggressive early rounds. We can also be aggressive late rounds in the match. Depends on our enemy.
I did not expect to be seen like one of the strongest teams. We are always the underdogs. We are trying our best to beat the best teams in the world. If they say we are like one of the best teams, I will humbly take it, and thank you so much for believing in us.
I'm really excited to play against Team Liquid, especially Nats and Redgar, because we lost against them in our last Champions.
I'm not feeling any pressure, and I feel like we will be the one winning this series. I hope we show this beautiful crowd in Brazil a really great match, and see you in the server.
Of course, you guys heard them there mentioning some of the young players, and we've seen this theme in this tournament, kind of the veteran integrating the young players, and the young players having absolutely no problems showing up on LAN, which has been kind of crazy so far, at least in the other bracket. Are we expecting a similar thing here?
Yeah, I mean, I think like you saw them talking about it, it's important for them to gain motivation from Jeremy, for example, who's coming to the team, and he has been filling a little bit of the duelist roles as well. But it gives you motivation to work, to catch up, to play like them, and I think that's really important because it brings a level of motivation for the entire team up, right?
Yeah, and I think this is a formula that we've seen succeed really across the globe, and I really like it. You've got the veteran experience, and you've got these young guys who, most importantly, need to be teachable.
Yep.
But if they are teachable, if they are able to absorb everything these older guys have as far as experience and what they've been through, how to think about certain situations, that pays dividends in the long run. So I think these young guys, if it's the right pieces, I think they can be good.
Yeah, and of course, these three teams, we've seen them before, you know, here and there in the past. But Bala, last year kind of wasn't the best for any of the Gambit, Liquid, or Secret rosters.
Yeah, I mean, Liquid obviously did make playoffs almost every single time at the International, but they fell off. And then the rest of the cores, they just were really close. I mean, for Nats and Redgar, it was, what, 4 or 5 chances in their matches, right? They were always there. For Secret, it was also very close many times, too.
Yeah, we're going to pitch it to a quick break here, but don't go anywhere. Our first match of the day is coming up right after this.
I'm way up, could never be under you. And I never move like a sucker do. Came out the mud and it wasn't because of you. Look at my stats, I got too many W. I got way too many W. Came out the mud and it wasn't because of you.
Shout out to the VCT Lock-in playlist, by the way. That song was kind of fire.
No, that was a bop.
Yeah, that was a bop. But earlier we asked you guys at home which region will dominate the Omega bracket. The results are in, and you guys at home voted for... Oh, this is...
Pacific, what?
Yeah, I mean, America's went out, but only by a tiny margin.
Yeah, I'm surprised the Pacific vote was as high as it was. I figured it'd be America's and EMEA on top.
Yeah. I'm certain that, like, again, maybe the Brazil crowd thing, but when I think about it, on both sides of the bracket, there is an America's team that could make a run, right? 100 Thieves and then Leviathan on top.
Oh, yeah.
So, for sure, I think it makes a lot of sense to go for America's.
Well, very quickly, I want to get your predictions for the first game, Team Liquid versus Team Secret. I copped out, so I'm just going to throw mine out there. I think Valorant will be the winner today. I've done a Van Silly here, so, yeah, let's go. Love the game.
For me,
love gaming.
I mean, you guys know. This is how it is. If Liquid don't win, I will cry. You will see tears. You will see tears. Because I've waited so long for this.
That's a really good Liquid logo. But I would like to show you a better Liquid drawing. This is...
What even...
Is that a Trojan horse?
Yes, this is a Trojan horse. And I'll admit,
what are they breaking into?
Into the fortress, man.
The secret
Read
castle?
a history book. Yeah. Come on. I'll admit, I accidentally wrote crew at the beginning. I messed up, so I had to scratch it out and sad face. It was chalk. The whole thing was chalk.
Well, we can speculate all day, but why not find out for ourselves? It's time to see how the Omega bracket is going to shake out. 6 teams will make their debut on stage today, and as you guys know from the Alpha bracket, anything can happen. Lock-in day 7 starts right now.
Gold e a DRX já sobreviveram ao lado alfa. Mas pro lado ômega tá chegando a galera nova, tá batendo a nossa porta. Are you excited to be back on the global stage?
It was a long year, but I'm excited to show everyone my new tricks.
I think Funkan and I will win over the crowd.
Aqui em São Paulo, mas agora, para tentar mudar as coisas, o Redgas pela Liquid.
The EMEA region isn't out of gas yet, so watch our race to the finals. We're gonna win the tournament and have fun while we're doing it. Be sure to stick around for our victory dance.
Receber meu próximo convidado aqui comigo. Las, are you looking to make another Cinderella run?
去年は自分たちにできないことはないと証明することができたので、今年はそれ以上の結果を出したいなと思ってます。
EDG has her sights on victory here in São Paulo.
如果你们低估我们的话，我会让你们输得很惨。
我们是 EDG， 也是挑战者，但是我们会战胜每一个队伍。
Guilherme, concentra.
Tudo começa hoje, aqui em São Paulo. Lock in your favorite team and join the party.
strong region here, whereas EMEA, they've been a bit of a disappointment, but that could all change right here, right now. And my question to you two is, do you think that will?
It's a tough question, right? We are going into a completely new bracket. Last week, we saw Pacific really be underrated. That was the conclusion that came away from it. I don't think I came away with it saying, okay, EMEA is overrated, because, again, we hadn't seen Liquid, we hadn't seen Navi, but who knows what the landscape actually is.
Sure, but from what we saw, would you say that maybe they underperformed given expectations?
Yeah, of course, absolutely. But then again, fully new rosters. The same thing here with Liquid. I think one thing that we haven't really mentioned so far yet is we are going up with the Secret, who has an experienced core. And yes, there's players who have played together with on Liquid, like Yampi and Soulcast, Redgar and Nats, but overall, it is still, they have to bring new structure to the team, and that's definitely a disadvantage.
Honestly, my heart is soaring seeing Redgar give a speech on stage. How long has it been? We haven't seen that in such a long time. But as you guys said, Secret, they kept their core. They do have young players, but the young players have been doing so good in this tournament that I'm not that worried. But the maps are going to be interesting, because both teams, they had really big issues, Doug, when it came to their map pool last year. They have to have that fixed.
Yeah, and I think that's the fun thing about this tournament, right? The whole nature of it is everything kind of goes out the window. We haven't seen some of these players, some of these teams in a really long time. New faces, completely new setups and structures. Like, this is just a fresh look. And I think because of that, you really don't know what to expect here.
Yeah.
Icebox.
Okay, so Icebox starting off first, and I'm really interested in that because we saw a lot of meta development on this map in the last week. So maybe they're going to be adopting maybe the DRX, Harbor type of stuff. But in terms of the vetoes, neither team banning Lotus or Split, the two new maps that were coming into the pool.
Which is interesting because I think we saw a lot of that in the alpha bracket too. Teams would float it until the second rotation, and then one or two would get through. Yeah. I wonder if it's just intended to be a threat.
Maybe.
But who knows?
For sure. I mean, just letting it float. Team Liquid potentially had the opportunity to pick one of them, but they picked Fracture instead. And this is a meld, I think, of the Liquid side and the Gambit side, because Liquid was only really bringing this in stage 2, LCQ, and really relying on it. Whereas for Mech, it was the one that kind of made them fail in some senses.
Yeah, these maps. Oh, we're going to get loaders if we go to map 3. It's interesting. Team Secret taking away the Ascent. I understand Liquid have always been good on Ascent, but we talk about how much Liquid were going to be playing like Mech, going to be playing like Gambit, but Mech weren't good on Icebox or Fracture. They struggle with that. They had some pitfalls. So I do wonder how they managed to integrate Redgar and Nat onto those maps.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think Safe is going to be a big key on both the maps. I'm really interested to see what the roles really look like, because that's been a big question for so long. We're about to get a chance to look at it, but the only thing we saw from them was obviously Redgar and Nats couldn't make the tournament that they played in the offseason, and it was all over the place in terms of compositions.
Yeah, we're heading into the Prime Gaming Agent Select here, and we're about to find out what roles these players are going to be playing for the first time here in 2023. Soulcast has locked in the stage here on Icebox.
Yeah, that's a little disappointing that neither side is going for a Harbor pick instead of a Sage pick, given what we saw last week. But I'm mostly liking the comp so far. And Nat's on the Viper, everything looks good over there, and then we're going pretty standard on both sides. No duelist on Team Secret.
But I do like Yampi on it, right? For Liquid, I think he's proven to be a very electric player. He's a lot of fun.
More than Safe?
I would say so. I think Safe can just be so much more dynamic in different roles that he can fit. I'd rather him in that role than someone like Yampi personally.
Well, you guys spoke about the new things here at the Omega bracket. Let me present to you guys a new casting duo. It is Pansy and Achilles.
Thank you, and yeah, the desk, wonderful to see Doug and Paula here. Obviously the haikus coming out, everything. You made a great impression. Yeah, now, speaking of impressions, I want yours on this game. I don't get the chance to cast with you
Yeah,
ever.
it's a first.
I was going to shave my head, try and pull off the, you know, the clean. I was attempting it, didn't go very well. But talk to me about this matchup. Where is your mind going at the very start here? What do you look towards?
I look towards all these players that we haven't seen. There's so many that took the stage in the first Champions all the way back in 2021 that we have not seen since. Nats, Redgar, this core from the side of Team Secret, they had an absolute bomb of a year in 2022, failing to make it to any of the international events, falling in that lower round of 4 to Onyx G in the LCQ. They have not tasted international competition in a very long time, Lauren, and I'm looking at those faces to see if they continue to deliver strong performances.
And I think even on the flip side of that, the Liquid fans are waiting for a team that can bring them championships. again, this roster, this composition they're bringing out is unbelievable. You look at the talent on that Liquid side.
Scary.
The eye test alone, it is passing.
Yep, Yampi back over onto the Jet as well. Something that he has shown in some of the off-season events, but not with this core, not with this team.
And I kind of wanted Yinzu to push the desk a little bit about that safe option as well, because this guy was a bit of an unsung hero at times when he was playing on the Duelists. Again, the team he was with didn't really boast the results to warrant as much attention maybe as others, but Safe is such a deadly player. Love to see what he'd do there, but oh god, they've fallen for this.
Yeah, that's such a great fake. Yampi, he just throws the Cloudburst up over the top of Tube, drops it down, cuts that sight line away from Dubstep. They start the rotation into mid, and then they get the hit straight into A.
And even with the Viper utility as well, just really defining what's safe on the site. They've already going to post up Yampi. Deep in, clears it, no one's backside. Redguard's in a little bit of trouble, does need to back away from this. And actually, Secret, perfect timing on the counter swing. They've made a go of this.
Yeah, they're making a really good go of it. Nats is able to drag one back, tucks back around. 1 HP. It's getting pinched from either side. Envy just going to be hugging behind the wall. 2v1, just a classic at hand and 65 HP to try to get done. Nats is in a rough spot. He's just going to try to play with time as much as he can, but there's not much left.
Not for this one, but credit to Team Secret for finding that space on the way back in, because they got pulled off that A side, but that re-hit was perfect.
I love the mind games that they were playing with there for the side of Liquid, but yeah, Redguard just getting himself in a really rough position. That snake bite landing perfectly at his feet. He has to swing out of that position, dies, and he is the spike carrier. And from there, it basically becomes unrecoverable. So really fantastic start from the side of Secret, but Liquid, they're not really letting that shake them up. They're actually going in for this half-armor Stinger buy. It's very all or nothing for them here.
I hate the Stinger purchases.
I'm right there
still.
with you.
Like, because every coach, every team, every player fully supports it. I get it. Like, I see why they like it, but I think we see the other side of how often it does go terribly wrong. You end up in a spiral. However, for now, we look at Team Liquid going through the motions again. Similar scenes towards the A side. Nothing complicated about it so far. Yampi straight on it, pulls the attention. Jeremy's going to have to back away from this, and they actually do get side control this time. Maybe going to posture up a little deeper, but the setup to deny the plant is perfect.
It's the bite, it's the shock dart, and Jesse Bash finds that kill. Yampi down to 36, and already Liquid down a member. Safe will grab the spike, try to get this planted. Just wants to scout out a little bit more, see if there's anybody from Team Secret still hovering inside, and he's going to go for a really different plant position now because of how things started off. Nats does manage to find one. Envy going to cut down Yampi on the entry. If he continues, finding a third.
What? Look at the damage beat. Redguard's on 2 HP. He's got nothing to do but die. And again, Envy. These players coming out. Hot start to say the least, but we have to say the utility work to deny those initial spike plants is perfect.
Yeah, we've been seeing so much great util usage, especially in denying plants or just flushing people out of positions from the likes of DRX, but they're bringing out a completely different composition. The look right now from Team Secret, they're playing with something a bit more standard, but they're still playing it to absolute perfection. Look at Envy right now, 7-0-0. And he is going to be one of the most crucial players in this map right now because they are running without a duelist. This is the one factor that differs from the side of Liquid where they have that Jet. And so far, Envy has been able to put up numbers as if he was playing a duelist.
Yeah, this is going to be a rude awakening. I do want to see what Liquid have left into this. Again, they did go for that force up in there. They're continuing a little bit. But the Sheriff's coming out.
I mean, even that. It's a gamble, but if you hit somebody with that util combo, you just start the round down half HP, you burn that heal immediately from Soulcast.
The intention is wonderful. Let's see if they can continue through this. If Liquid do have to start playing with that very much at the forefront of their minds. Again, however, Liquid do get themselves on the side. That's not necessarily the issue. It's this part that has been so problematic. And again, there is still pressure on that plant. Haven't really seen it go through just yet.
Can't jump up.
Yeah, Soulcast is stuck where he's at, and the HP is relatively low. Will get a safe plant, I'm going to say. Yeah, this time, nothing really to do about it, but can they hold?
Envy kind of getting whippy there, goes to the ADS, can't find the kill. Borkum will pick up one, but Nats trades it back, gives them the man advantage. Jesse Bash equalizing as much as he possibly can. Now we're down to a 2v2 with a spike still ticking, and Jeremy swings the corner, finds the third. And Team Secret will yet again claim a round win. 3-0 start now, Lauren.
I don't think you could ask for much better. And for Liquid, I think it's a lot of high expectations. I think that's a very fair assessment when you look at the caliber of player on this team. Already a shaky start in the debut. This is a brutal format. We have to call it what it is. There's no lower bracket. There's no anywhere else. It's the game you're in, and this is the first map. Now, yes, this is Secret's choice. So that's, I guess, one caveat to that. This is their map choice. They look super, super comfortable on it. But now we need to see responses from Liquid. They do get their purchase coming out now. Should be relatively well-rounded. No issues there. Decent old progress towards Nats. Redgar not too far away either. On the other side, Envy, though, is right on the cusp, and as is Jesse Vash.
Be ready to roll with that. Let's see, looks like they're just going to be doing this util setup yet again. Dart goes in, no one to receive it though. That swings around the wide side, doesn't go through the garage. As you mentioned that icebox, this being their pick, Bala was kind of mentioning it, that Gambit core dropping a single map at Champions back in 2021 to the core of Team Secret. That map was icebox. So clearly the comfort not really going away, at least for these three, especially not for Envy, who finds himself as one of the newer faces on their team.
Yeah, seeing more of a 3-1-1. Nats holding towards B-Long. Big information being found already. Just off the back of that utility, Yampi will be testing towards the site. Does have to back away. They do need to offset the timing a little bit here, try and work out some of this utility that has been deadly towards them. Again, though, this is still somewhat of a curious, I guess, bonus to a degree. The two Spectres that remain. Plenty of cash now going to be following up from this, so for Secret. But again, this is the difference. They haven't overcommitted towards that A side. They've drawn a fair amount of utility towards it, but they are going to be working off the back of that early space that Nats has tried to claim.
They're not really spotting much of anything here. That knife does catch on to Redgar, but it's not enough to force any kind of rotation. Nothing else, just still some raised suspicion here from the side of Secret. Envy, the gun barrel spotted, but Redgar just didn't have a shot to take. You might be able to catch him, though, as he's hopping up onto mid. Looks like he's not going to pursue it quite just yet.
Yeah, this is going to be awkward timing. He's going to probably get the kill on the way through. Yes, absolutely no awareness that he could have been there. Now, in the meantime, the spike has gone down. Yampi's got himself a little bit further forward, but the underhand flash through the wall is great. Safe, ready to catch, so will send them back. And now the flank comes in. This is a really nice round. Still a little bit of damage being done. Any more, that could prove problems later down the line. But for now, an upgrade can be found, but Redgar patrolling and actually denied. Jesse Vash making a go of it.
He gets the kill. If nothing else, it's going to be significant damage dealt here to the side of TL. He can't quite line up. That shot on the soul cast takes him down to about half before he does fall. Team Liquid finally find themselves on the board, but fantastically done there from the side of Redgar, getting that slow lurk up. Even though they had tagged him with that knife, they knew that he was still hovering somewhere around A. They just didn't quite predict that he was going to be pushing through screen at that moment. He gets the op out of Borkum's hand, or Dubstep's hands as well, rather. And that was the biggest investment they had. And now the money looks a bit dicier, Lauren.
Yeah, and again, Liquid learning through all of these rounds, they have broken the money off the back of that. Just the rifle left on Jesse Vash, well, invested into, so a bit of a hero in this round, potentially evening out the money somewhat. Let's see what Liquid do now. They at least have the upper hand in this. Early utility, they need to be on red alert from the word go. There is no way around it. As it stands, similar scenes. Not so committed towards middle just yet, but the stack already beginning. 4 players now considering this lean from Secret. They haven't felt it out yet, and let's see if the Hunter's Fury finds any victim.
Okay, it does in the end. Final tag gets Soulcast.
Problem for Plants.
Yeah, good value right there. Now, as they shift over towards B, they're not going to have that wall to try to protect. Still, though, may still favor the side of Team Liquid, just given the weapon advantage. Dart goes out. They'll just go ahead, throw a bite. Close angle. So they wait to go for this plant. Push comes in. Dubstep didn't stand a chance, but Jeremy manages to answer back, finding another kill.
Yeah, but look at the lurk. Safe could still do some serious damage, but already aware. Jeremy is watching this angle, but outgunned at this point. Only on the Sheriffs. This is still insane. And a 1v2. Yampi's sweating here. He's not feeling comfortable at all. Spike is not to hand. He still has to try and get that back into play, and 34 seconds to play with.
This is going to go for the corner plant. No one close enough to get that punish, but the fragment does connect for a single ticket damage. Yampi now has his work cut out for him. Phantom in hand, weapons recovered, both of them. Now with Vandals, let's see if Yampi can get the clutch.
The ice cold Finn has the capability. Does he even test this? Knife's going to be there. Yes, they know where he is now. They already had a great idea before, but Jesse Vash, these rounds from Secret are incredible.
Yeah, fantastic. Just splitting on the low ground, high ground, making that kind of spray transfer is just nigh impossible, even for a player of Yampi's caliber. They make it as difficult as they possibly can, and they get the thrifty win in the end. That hero Vandal still being carried in the hands of Jesse Vash, who is certainly guiding the team to victory right now, having overtaken Envy. Now at 9-3-2 on the Sova. 4-1 lead here for the side of Team Secret. It's got to be causing concern for the side of Liquid, and that's why we're going to see a timeout called. I
would also be somewhat worried when I've just been run around this map. They have been absolutely outdone so far. I think that's a pretty fair assessment, and you don't want to get Liquid getting in their heads at this point, right? Like, let's be honest here. This is a team that's been considered for deep runs. The rebuild, a lot of people were looking forward to, not just the desk, harping on about Nats. I don't blame you, I miss him too. But even beyond that, you've got Redguard joining him, Safe having that opportunity now to get onto potentially a deep run team. Getting kind of blown out in these first couple of rounds is not what you want to be looking at. Now, again, in my mind, Secret, they've had their time away from the spotlight a little bit. How have they looked? Because a lot of players and a lot of teams will say the second you step away from the circuit, the second you're not at every singular event, you're behind the meta. You're behind, you know, the highest end of competition. It's so hard to get back to it. Right now, though, Secret looking pretty solid. Yeah, they very much are. And I mean, to your point, you're absolutely right, because if you're not making it to these international competitions, you're not getting those high-level scrims. You're always going to be scrimming against weaker opponents, against people who aren't making it to the internationals. So you're sitting back watching champs, watching masters, watching the lock-in, not in attendance. All of the good talent is right here on this stage. And it seems like Secret, for the short amount of time that they've been here, they've been making good use of that time. Yeah, absolutely. Looking at this, though, again, for Liquid, left in a bit of a tricky scenario. You have plenty of ults to play with, only missing Soulcasters as it stands. But again, the money just left in such a precarious spot. Yes, they've got the rifle sitting there with Safe, which love to see what he could achieve with it. But on the other side, the stability coming back in for Secret now is fabulous. Getting everything they wanted out of that round, doing so much damage, perfect reads on positioning, early information recovered, but not too much here. But in enough of the fact that Secret are willing to hit that rotation off the back. Well, so far, it's just going to be the Blades popped here from Yampi. He's leading the charge forward. Alarmbot does triggers, so they know that it's there. Nice little flash out off the back of the recon dart as well. They get a full reveal. Kind of getting flashed there. Dubstep ends up getting taken down. Yampi just goes ahead, puts pedal to the metal, finds an opening frag. Borkum will answer in kind. Yeah, some of this is a little bit out of sorts. That flash just got eaten by Dubstep, and Yampi made the most of the team flash that came through. So, actually, ult gets popped. Yampi gonna have to respect this somewhat. Do have a couple ults to work with for a post-plant scenario if they can get that spike moved up. But again, Soulcast dying means they do not have that Sage Wall to try to get a safe plant. Res going to be used. Dubstep right back into the game. They've got double coverage here behind Yellow just to make sure they can safely res. Yampi's off. They're making a run for it. They've seen all too much. They've heard the res. They know what's happening on the other side. It's time to try and get towards A. How much is still left in the kit on this side, though? Jesse Vash doesn't have a great deal to work with in the form of utility, but he is at least still here. Didn't over-rotate, didn't pull all the numbers away. Pretty Borkum as well, leaning over. You've still got 2 players present, and that's enough. That's incredibly telling. And no one watching for this? No one even considers it till Yampi gives him a haircut, but at this point, it's only one left alive. Safe with the hero rifle is the only one standing. Yeah, he manages to find one, but he's running out of time, and he is completely pincered. Stabilizes, finds the headshot, but needs 2 more, and he just can't make it happen. Envy will cut him down, and that hero rifle from Safe is just going to be left on the floor to rust. 5-1 now for Secret. The timeout call, you have to anticipate that it's for this buy round coming in. They commit the Blade Storm in the thrifty attempt. That's understandable, but now you're working with major ultimates. You've got this Hunter's Fury, you've got the lockdown, the pit from Nats. This is where it all needs to come together. And look, the lockdown's valuable. Jesse doesn't have Hunter's Fury, right? So there's still actual viability to this. It's you know, again, it does feel as though they just become each other's counters at one point. So as it stands, this could be a good round for Liquid, and they need one. At 5-1, they are getting dictated to. Borkum, though, instantly tries to deny that A-side approach by all means. Ult's up, door shut. Only ult that we have right now from the side of Secret. Dubstep 2 off from having his own lockdown. Let's see what Liquid decide to do. Everyone's still hovering around the A site, and the majority of Secret have drifted this way as well. It's just Envy watching over at mid. You still have Dubstep with the AWP perched up over at Yellow, not seeing a damn thing. Don't think that Aldrin got much, but it's still going to know they're here. Spot. They're already spamming this out, and now he's been found. Drone did not get the connection, crucially though, but the lockdown is there, just trying to flush them out of this pit. He manages to tag back into the back of sight. 2 players detained, however. Yeah, Yampi just picked up the pace, followed it forward. 2 of the players will be sitting towards CT, somewhat safe. They do have, it's Envy on the case to make sure no one can actually overextend. Counter ult comes in as well. Well, I say counter, just the Viper's pick comes back out for Nats. They want to ensure safety in this round because they are desperate for one. Only one by their name so far, and a 5v3 to try and work around. Yes, a couple of players are low, but the positions are great. The post plants should hold here. Invi, though, superstar so far and still wants to go.
There's the flank.
Safe's been removed. This is a 2v2. Look at the HP remaining.
It's so very low here, Nats. This is him in his comfort zone, but now he's been taken out of it. He spots him, manages to get the wall bang. Dart goes out. Redgar with 7 HP. Desperate for the clutch. He goes for the Hunter's Fury. It's already held to half. He waits out the first one. Push on the corner. Dubstep shuts it down with a third. And that is a critical round for Secret to win. All of the ultimates invested from the side of Liquid. And it falls flat in the end.
Redgar? What the hell just went on in that round? I don't... show me it again, because this is obscene. Now, don't get me wrong, on the other side, of course, Dubstep just being so cool with it, didn't seem pressured by this at all, knew exactly what he had to do. It was already taken towards halfway, knew the only real option for Redgar was to take that fight. Again, 6-1, Liquid are in tatters.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the frustration on the fan faces there, the viewing party, on the coach as well.
Yeah.
On struggle street in that timeout.
Ugh.
It felt like it made things way worse. Such a heavy investment from the side of TL, just dumping everything that they had util-wise and coming up very shy of the mark. Cash still looking very cozy from the side of Secret with a 6-1 lead.
And considering we're on the Sheriff's and light armor, unless Liquid start, getting a couple of these picks, I've got to start talking about how this compares to some of the other performances we've seen on Icebox in that first group as well. Love seeing the Harbor coming out. That looks fantastic. Dubstep should be comfortable here. Again, Operator on the Killjoy. Doesn't really have the get out of jail free card, but as it stands, making light work of Liquid. But in comparison to the other teams that I'd say are either deep run teams or big performers, this is very flat from Liquid, and this worries me. Because again, this is when we're coming into this, right? We're talking about it. How much time have they had to practice? How much time have they spent in the lab? How many scrims have they really been running through leading up to this event compared to some of the other teams who've made a really good display on this? Again, could be a terrible map for them, but the map pool was one of our worries with this squad.
He's watching for that rotation under tube, cuts him down. Once again, it's safe. Left alone. But I agree. I mean, this feels like DRX versus C9 on this map, just with slightly different compositions. Yeah. It has that same vibe right now, where TL, anything that they're trying is just getting shut down. It's getting out-clutched. Like you said, Dubstep just starting things off with some fantastic kills for him, perfectly at home. Sat over at yellow. I mean, used to be a Jet main, knows how to use an op.
Absolutely. I guess we're kind of seeing weird similarities with Safe actually on the Killjoy as well to that extent.
Sure.
So kind of works, kind of paralleled in that. 7-1, this is a blowout though. There's no pretty way to dress this up. I'm sure Sliggy and the Slug Club is in absolute pieces watching this. I mean, this was meant to be the Hopium, right? We got Soulcast on 0-7. Again, I don't expect mad performances out of him, but he can be one of those players to have nice, quiet impact. He does his role well, but a slow start here. Yampy, Nats, Rick, no one's having that impact yet. They are being outdone from start to finish by Secret, who, again, haven't been one of these highlight teams. They have been in the quiet for some time, left out in the cold. And they've come back in and made a statement here.
Certainly have. It is still just that first map, so we still have to see how things develop, but opening up off the back of the tag is looking for some additional damage for a kill. Can't quite get it.
Ooh, Safe could get this timing right, though.
Safe. Oh, no!
Oh, somehow Safe gets
How does he get that?
All right, Safe, you're fine. Maybe you need just a couple more of those, and maybe Liquid are back in the game. But now, though, they are at least back in towards that site.
Jeremy getting unintentionally pushed up over the wall. Here's Dubstep again. Just wary about that flank coming in. Borkum now pushing out as Yampi has his attention turned over towards the tube, and things start falling apart once more. 2 members left. Now just 1.
And he was noted earlier. There's so little he could do. Nothing to be done. Liquid just left evaporated by Secret here. This is flat from Liquid. And I've got to give credit where it's due, though. Secret, fantastic game. Solid.
Oh, yeah.
Solid as a rock. We're seeing some nice performance out of Dubstep here. Invi started off with a bang. Can't completely put in this the camp of Liquid playing poorly. Gotta say, Secret having some big performers here. But again, this is not enough for me.
Yeah, and this is not the position you want to be in. You're burning both of your timeouts in the first half of the map. Granted, of course, Liquid desperate to get some additional rounds here in the last few that we have to play out, but this is such a gambit to throw down. If you can't make something happen here after this timeout, if you go into that next half and you lose out on the pistol, that could just be it because you have no way of pumping the brakes. And right now, Secret have no cause, no need to do that.
No, they're running rings around them. The positions are perfect. I don't think any of these site hits have felt particularly threatening either so far. We saw that wonderful utility work to deny the initial spikes, get control, and it was just gorgeous from that point out. The splits haven't been really working. Safe got away with murder in that prior round, sure. But again, doesn't get any benefits from that point onwards. As it stands, got to say, impressed with Secret. Now, this could all be, you know, put under a lens of, right, well, maybe Liquid's map pool isn't this robust yet. Maybe they have to suffer through one bad map, right? Let's say the veto just kind of put them in this position.
Sure.
And maybe this is it, right? But then, my God, Fracture better be second to none. I mean, you got to get me back on track here, because 8-1, Secret have turned up like they mean business. And Liquid haven't.
No, they have not. But yeah, I mean, it puts that much more pressure on that map on the
It's
horizon there.
It's gotta look good.
And there's already so much pressure on these players. You hear how much Ball is gushing about them on the desk. There's so many Liquid fans here in the audience as well. They've been waiting to see this team. They've been waiting to see these faces, Redguard, Nats, make their return to the international stage. And so far, it's looking like they might be right off the stage just as quickly as they got on it. So they need to turn up the pace here.
They've got to turn this around. Similar scenes though over towards A through that same protocol process for Team Secret. They know how they want to start this. Again, so much potential danger. Mostly navigated those Stingers, Spectres coming out. They've gone for whatever they could buy here, Liquid, and it ain't a great deal.
It's definitely not, and it feels like if they can't get this across the board, then that is just going to be the half very firmly in the hands of Team Secret. And they're playing this out patiently though. Right now, just Borkum and Envy still sat here on A. Jesse Vash not too far. Couple shots coming across. Thinking about holding the knife. Looks like he wants to wait. Goes for it now, right as they go for the site exec. Thrown over the top, finds the thing on a 1. The wall going to be broken down. Still have the reveal on the Yumpy, and Redguard's the first to fall.
Oh, Envy finally traded. Great trade, but look at the instantaneous backfill coming in.
Jeremy.
You don't get to fight just one. Team Secret play with the numbers here, and Liquid now starting to crumble under this. Nats a valiant attempt towards at least one hit. Yes, does get Jesse Vash, but now needs to find 2 more. And again, time's not on his side. Rounds on his side. Does get the upgrade, though.
He's got the Vandal and 20 seconds to play with. No more util here for Nats. Let's see what he can get done. Put the poison wall up, cuts off that screen's access, tucks into the corner for a brief moment, wants to see if someone pushes. The wall drops. I like how he tried to play it, but unfortunately he just can't get the shots to connect. 2 people pulling his attention, a turret as well. That's now 9 here for the side of Secret.
And this is why people miss Nats, though. There are moments you can see the little pieces fall into place, avoids the turret, and it's like, okay, if I get both of them, that's the only chance I got. But as it currently, as the chips fall as it stands, as long and short of this, still not enough. It looks like, yes, Liquid get a little closer there. At the end of the day, 9-1. Got to call it what it is. And right now, it's an absolute travesty from Liquid. Got to keep going in this, though. See if there's any glimmers of hope. Give me a little buffer into that second half. Give me a little something here.
That 9-3, so you can just believe in a curse for a moment. Something like that.
Ooh, okay.
This is a change-up.
Switch up.
Haven't really seen too much in all the ice boxes, honestly, that we've seen at this event. We haven't seen that much attention played towards Kitchen.
No, but I am seeing Secret already kind of, I think they're already starting to ping this out as well. Envy was put to case on this.
Oh, what is that?
Come on, Jesse Vash. Not missing so far.
He just doesn't want to give them a break at all.
Nope. Nothing going their way, and no real play for Safe from this either. He's being left just to his own devices here, not getting as much pressure he wanted. Maybe trying to add the paranoia that lurk towards mid is going to be coming through, but they still know that they're going to be towards B long. They still have all the information here. Yes, they may leave 1 more player dedicated towards mid, but they still have the player advantage.
Looks like he likes his odds of pulling a rabbit out of a hat twice in a row. This time, though, they do drop off the high ground, so not going to get caught by that stray shot, but the recon dart is at the ready. That's looking to throw down that bite. We'll go ahead and cut off Borkum. There's the res. Soulcast finally able to utilize that, but Yempy is dead just as quickly as he was resurrected.
Yeah, and only 1 trade going their way. Jesse Vash is the turret on the back of the site. It's a 4v2. Redgar and Soulcast, show me how bad you want this. Do some damage here.
And they just walled off.
13 seconds. Oh, and again, insult to injury. You gotta just back away.
Just making it impossible for him. I guess the consolation prize is going to be the 2 Vandals and some util that they hold on to here, Lauren. But
they're being chased.
It's not gonna make them feel any better.
Secret's on the hunt, though. They want these gone. They want them out of their hands. Redgar going to hold on to his and hold it. One more attempt, though, from Secret. So, 10-1. Achilles, this is...
brutal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely brutal. I mean, from the outset, it's just... it's like the worst way you could start a round. Yampi just trying to poke and prod his way into the B site. Stray Vandal shot to the forehead. Boom, he's out of there. The res, no. He's dead again.
Yeah, there's very few breaks, and don't you know, sometimes it goes that way. Sometimes you get the shot through the wall, you get all of this. It can happen. And man, it's happened a couple of times now. Once again, going through the motions, that's different.
Some more of that, perhaps, Yampi. Great way to start things off. They clear the dart, still going to ping out 2. Aggressive push from Jesse, it's unscouted. Managing to find 2 kills. It's traded back, and the advantage is now there for TL, so maybe they can put a second round on the board. Nat's going to be investing the pit as well, making Invi and Borkum have to fight through the thick of it.
Yeah, but Redgar really diligent holding that back line, making sure Invi... Did you get to find the fight on Redgar for free? Not as it stands. They pumped the brakes for a second here, actually. Not going to be instantaneously planting as soon as that went up. They want to try and get a grasp on where Invi is. And Redgar, fabulous work in the end. It's given them the most slim of margins here, Achilles, but it is very slim.
Very, very slim indeed, but I love the way that they play that. Slow down the pace, just try to bait him out. Don't stick in for the spike. Get picked off one after the other. Very nicely done in the end there, but still a very tough road ahead with a 10-2 scoreline at the half.
Yeah, that's all it is. Let's hand it back to the desk and see what state they're actually in.
Good luck, Bala.
He's going to need it, Achilles. Bala, you've been molding for the entire half. I'm going to let you mold a little bit more.
I mean, this has just been horrible for Liquid. Everything looks off. Every single player looks like they're not communicating with each other. In certain instances, I'm seeing them bump into each other.
Yeah,
let's look at the first 3 rounds, because I think this is basically the first round I saw, and I'm like, this map is over, because they don't have any idea on how to play. They had such a good fake in mid. They put the wall up. They get Secret to rotate, but nobody's breaking the dart. Soulcast is getting molly shocked every single round. He can't get the wall up. Nobody's breaking the dart for him here. Look at this one. This is unforgivable in a round that they get sight. Nobody breaks it. He gets tagged, they come and swing him, and now they have the sight. And it's moments like these over and over and over. Missed walls, so much stuff is going wrong.
And there's so much going right for Secret. And Envy's one of these bright spots alongside Jesse Bash. They've done such a good job individually, and I think what's really impressed me watching their defensive side is their utility usage. They've applied so much pressure on Liquid through their nano combo, through their nano shock darts, mollies, everything. They've done such a good job at suffocating Liquid out at the beginning of the rounds that I think that's applying a bit of pressure that has thrown fits for them, right? They don't know where to go. They don't know how they want to approach rounds. They're worried about flanks that haven't come at all. Liquid just look lost.
Yeah, and I'll be the first basically reaction from a Liquid fan. This looks really, really dire. And yeah. I don't know if it's Icebox. I don't know if it's the Gambit thing continuing on Icebox or what's happening, because you always see creative things from them, but you're not even getting to that point. You're not even getting to the point where they can do it. And the crazy part, too, is about all that utility. Secret was throwing so much at the beginning of the round, and yet still they're struggling to get it.
Yeah, after it's all gone, yeah.
Let's not forget Envy, 18-year-old, his international debut, and he's running circles around Team Liquid right now. I can't wait to see more. Back to you, Achilles and Pansy.
Yeah, I think the desk summarized very well. Bala sounds broken-hearted by all of this. He had such high hopes at the start there. He came in making poetry about them, and this is how he gets treated. Devastating. But I think the caveat, again, that was noted on the desk is, if this is just... Icebox isn't there. And we just got to suffer through this, and we get to enjoy it from a Secret perspective. That's where we call it, because it does look shambolic from Liquid here. But second half underway, a chance at maybe setting us straight.
Already, though, big change up compared to how we saw Secret approaching the map. A 4-man push right off the rip here. And they just back away. Still a light little linger there for a brief moment from Safe. Just trying to keep tabs. Now it's Invi leading the charge, playing that pseudo-duelist KO. Yumpy's got the dash at the ready. Knife goes out, push on the corner. Yumpy should be able to get this, but breaks line of sight just in time. Heal now going, and Invi is still pushing that corner somehow, and he gets a kill for it.
They're losing in this fight. They took the fight and they're losing it.
They could just back away.
They opted for this choice. The only saving grace, the one redeeming factor is safe right now. Slipped the net in middle. And this guy...
But they're looking for it. Look at this, the slow creep
so
around.
aware.
He's able to get one. They need more here from Yumpy, though. It's just a bit whiffy.
Oh, dear. It's agonizing. Solcas, an attempt, sure, but by this point, they've got the site under wraps. There's no threats here now to the bigger picture. The only danger I see is if he gets a kill on either Dubstep or Envy.
Sure.
Beyond that, I'm not that fussed.
I mean, unfortunately, right now, his KD reflects the game score. It's 2-10. He's not been putting up numbers.
But I can't even blame him. I think even the desk highlighting there, how many times he was just left to his own devices, attempting to try and get that spike down. You had all the utilities still against him. It was, the angle.
Does he read this lurk at all?
No.
He drops down. Bash. No way. Certainly not. Jesse Bash, you cannot do this to the man. Unbelievable.
Not again.
And that's just a GG go next. There's no coming back from that.
Oh man, anyone but Soulcast would have been fine. This is like the second time now. I'm not okay with this. Yeah, this is. Let's get it going and go to the next one. Let's just 5-push mid.
I mean, you just got knifed by the granddad in the server. Jesse Bash, I think he's still the oldest player that we have at this event.
Oh.
Yinsu was talking about he plays duo queue with his son.
Oh. Shake it off. It's a bad map. So sometimes there is the weird thing you can say that losing in quite a quick fashion is better than an agonizing loss. As much as like a fan, you're saying, oh, but it was a close game, it was competitive. Mentally, sometimes easier to get in and get out.
It's that much more exhaustive.
Yeah, it is. So let's see if there is anything in there, anything we can extrapolate from Liquid, because so far it's a celebration for Secret. These guys are fantastic. And yes, damage achieved, that's not bad. And there is more danger, so Dubstep with that Vandal.
Yep. Great first kill. Spike still being committed up to the front. Yumpy with a nice little flick to the head. He, with that Bulldog, will find one. As Jeremy gets cut down to size. They can just go one after the other at him, and Envy just gets overwhelmed. This would be absolute heroics from the former duelists here from the side of Secret to be able to clutch this out. A couple low HP bars, but he himself tagged down, and Nats will get them back on the board.
Okay, there we go. 3 standing, Vandal recovered, Bulldog in hand. God, imagine if they actually brought this game back.
We have seen some absolutely crazy recoveries. And I'm not averse to it. As much as we've been poking fun and praising Secret, I would love for this to turn into a more competitive map.
If Liquid pull this back genuinely and win the game, at this map, not game, I'll get a Liquid tattoo at this point. I'm committing to it.
Okay. That's immortalized. Twitch doesn't forget.
Yeah, there it is. That's fine. I'm down.
And YouTube, shout out to our YouTube.
Yeah, I was going to start getting worried. I see like 7 for Liquid. I'm like,
where should I put it?
Yeah, at present, though, we do see the, somewhat of a dip in the purchase here, of course, respecting the fact that the damage was done. You do have the Sheriff and the Marshal, and beyond that, it is clean. Very few investments. It is probably going to be a clean round here from Liquid, or at least it should. We did see, I think it was like a Classics only round already in this tournament, which actually won it, but yeah. I imagine that's not the case here. So as we go, let's see if there's any chip damage achieved. If you are Liquid, if you're looking as a fan even to this round, you want to see it clean. You want to see that Vandal staying very much in this, the Bulldog staying very much in this. There is actually a plant coming in. No, it's not going to be denied. So do at least get the plant. Most
from there,
behind it.
It's looking like, near flawless. Dubstep managing to come away with one there with the Marshal. Save is just jumping onto Borkum's head like he's a Goomba. And Soulcast comes leaping around the corner to take down Dubstep as well. So TL finding a 4th. Plant is in, though. A little bit of extra cash lying in the pockets of Secret. Let's see what they can do with it. And whether or not they can take us to map point with this next round.
They did what we needed, though. We did say to keep it relatively clean, and most of the threats were found. I'm kind of glad that Safe did find, I think it was Safe who found Borkum then, because he was waiting. If there was a chance he didn't get checked, maybe a little bit more damage came in. Again, only Classics, though. So mostly out of the woods, but this is a big purchase, right? No big ultimates to talk about. Soulcast is only actually 1 away from his, so that could be on the board pretty quick, actually. So eyes towards that. If that does come through, that's a factor. Envy 2 away. Jesse Vash only 3 away, and Jeremy pretty close as well on his. So both sides come into this with a fair chance of doing some serious damage. I'm looking to see what Secret do in this.
Borkum looking for that linger, that push down tube.
They're aggressive.
Pulls away from it though. Turret's there for contact, so Dubstep knows. They have safe and the catch. It's a second sooner. A hair off there as Yampi. Could have been able to have that punish. Either way, the heal's been forced out.
I like that. I like them getting proactive. It's hard to do at this point. Jeremy does need to respect this, so the counter utility is there. Jesse Bash tries to find the timing of the back of the flash. Not good enough. Soulcast denies. Nats towards the site, and everyone's here. They know there is no lurk. They know there's no potential fake towards A. This is a commitment from Secret, and they are locked to it for now.
On a rough spot. So those early kills coming through, much like we saw from Secret when they are on the defending side, that really just start to chip away at things. Get the suppression out onto 2. Safe. Just spamming across, manages to find Envy. Good amount of firepower now taken out of their hands. Post plan as well. Severely weakened here for the side of Secret. A singular bite in the hands of Borkum to try to buy some time.
Yeah, I think they'll need someone to pop off here. Wall
There's
goes
wall.
up. Yeah, oh, actually, hold on. Quickly dealt with. Not bad. Nat's trying to close the gap, though. Going to be the pressure point coming in towards Yellow, and he's got it. Takes down Borkum and looks for the follow-up. Jeremy now surrounded. He doesn't have the support anymore. Lovely from Liquid. It's what they needed. Rifle round on the board. They get past the first test.
And again, it's fairly clean. They still keep 3 people alive in this round, holding onto those rifles. Soulcast already with a decent amount in the back pocket. This is going to be feeling quite cozy going into this next one. Secret, on the other hand, let's see what they can piece together. It's not everybody's going to be able to go for that Phantom half armor, so yeah, it looks like Inbeat is going to be selling that off. Going back to something a little bit more standard, but really great retake here from the side of TL. The defensive protocol is looking a hell of a lot cleaner than the attack ones.
Yeah, you're on the money. Again, though, that was the first buy round, the first real attempt that Secret had to run into this. With Liquid succeeding there, it does set them up a little further, build that bank. Ult's now starting to come through. Soulcast does have his safe, his as well, so that's lovely. That is slightly out of timing and out of sync for Jesse again, so might actually get freedom to utilize this.
Spotted, but fairly hefty stack here from the side of TL. They've got 3 members strong already on the site. Safe nearby as well, just hovering at top mid. Dart goes out, Dubstep gonna back away. It feels like if they can find an initial pick here from the side of Secret, they might be willing to go in with that lockdown, try to flush Liquid out, and actually convert this round into a win. But unless they can find something like that, I think it's a bit of a stretch to try to go for those ults.
Yeah, and Liquid sitting just purely backside. That's considering a swing here. And yeah, Soulcast does get pinged up, so it looks like the plant's coming in, nothing to deny. I'm seeing one play again, real close though. Redgar gets amongst them. You do have the lockdown coming in, you're absolutely on the money. Great trade though, Envy. Oh my word, and Dubstep 2. And now it's a 3v3. Envy's gonna pop the ult, get the hell back in there. They still need the spike planted.
And this is critical. He's popping this ultimate so they can't go for the counter lockdown here from Safe. He does manage to put him down to the ground though, and Bash is now dead. Dubstep alone, the spot is watched. Safe finds another one, they'll get the defuse, and TL, they continue to run it back. What is your location of choice for your tattoo, Lauren?
Don't worry about it yet. Don't you worry about it. It's all good. We're all good. Secret's
you did say 7. You said
fine.
7 rounds.
7, I get nervous. It's when they actually win the map, then we'll see. As it stands, I've got to say, a little bit more synergy looking here for Liquid. A little bit of something, but again, got to take into account what that purchase was from Secret. It was very little. So yes, burning cover the ult so that we were looking to see coming to play. They've now gone through those.
Exactly. 2 ults committed in the fight. Dubstep does get 3 charges back at the end of the day, but you look at the economy here for the side of TL. Cash-wise, flush with it. They've got 3 ults at the ready. It seems like we may have a timeout for the side of Team Secret. Wait until we get word on that, but otherwise, Hunter's Fury, lockdown, res available. TL have so much to continue to drag out these rounds and continue to add them, to their side of the board.
Yeah, and you're going to have that operator with Yampi. Another huge boon to the Liquid stash, really. This guy can be influential. He can change complete outcomes of games if he has one of those games. I'm waiting to see it. It does seem as though you're absolutely right, Secret. Obviously, Liquid burning theirs incredibly fast in that first half. Not really too much recovery either. So let's kind of talk what this then means bigger picture. At least we've seen some life in Liquid, right? This then means that potentially the next map is going to be a little bit better, heating up into it, feeling a little bit warmer here, not feeling so just stun-locked as they were in that first half. I'm hoping this is a little bit of a resurgence here. I still want to wait to see once that first real cycle hits for Secret. They still have Jesse Bash 1 away, Borkum 3 away. I'm still waiting for all of that to come through, because being on 11, you do get that boon of once that big round hits, when you have all your ults, get that full buy, you're probably more than likely going to convert it.
It feels like it's an inevitability, which is why Liquid are probably also equally happy to have this timeout. So they can get back in there, start having a conversation again after burning those first 2 timeouts in the first half. So now it's really going to be about, okay, how is Secret going to be approaching this round? They've only got a res available. They don't have too much. If we can knock them back from here, their econ is once again in the trash. We get that much closer to being able to call this back, to tie it up, and potentially even steal the map away from them.
It's getting a little tense, though. Certainly getting closer. Plenty of plants coming through for Secret, though. Still trying to get themselves on the sides, holding those post plants that Liquid have been breaking back in from. So we go back in, but this time full purchase coming out for Secret, and Liquid do have that operator with Yampy. Couple of those additional ultimates as well to play into this. And Yampy, once again, this aggression, I like it. Last time he was married with a little bit of that pressure through from Tube. I think he was safe actually pushing a little bit further on mid. This time, Yampy actually missing a shot there.
And
but the response, Redguard's on to fall.
Yeah, he was trying to go for that side-by-side push here alongside Yampy's just splitting away from him. They're aware that he would have dropped down off that position. So they're actually swinging up onto the high ground to try to avoid him a little bit more. And Borkum with the lurkin. He gets tagged by the alarm bot, but he's the one getting the jump on safe. Soulcast is there to answer back. Still, now evened up as Yampy finds the equalization kill there, but the res is going to come out on both sides.
Yeah,
right back to a 4v4.
This is lovely. So they're very aware that there's still at least 2 players towards middle, and it's only Yampy. And I say only Yampy, this guy does do damage. Here in the spike being planted, but he's holding a lot of space, so they can't get comfortable in these post plants. Lockdown can be brought into effect. Jesse Bash does have. Oh, Yampy flies in! Shotty to hand, Soulcast by his side! And the lockdown's still ticking. Jesse Bash, the last one standing, pressure now mounting. He's got players to worry about. Safe is there!
Safe is ready.
Liquid, maybe on the verge of being back in this game.
Unbelievable. A retake. It's just so critical for them, shutting this down. 3 members left alive after committing the res to the fight as well. Liquid, they don't even really need to carry that extra weapon over. They got so much money stacked up. And Secret, they've got a hole in their wallet. They're just bleeding out their currency right now.
I have to look towards how Yampy played that round. Didn't overstay his welcome. Again, he was the one pushed up pretty deep, got a nice pick, but kept falling away. Some people might have said, at one point, Yampy's over-aggression could have been the downfall of him. Loved the repositioning there, playing a little bit safer. Yes, he dives back in with a shorty, but that was perfect. Really loving seeing this. 11-7, Secret without a response here, really. Yeah, a couple of close rounds again, but it's the retakes that are working so well for Liquid.
Just protection around Nest, whether it's somebody planting or somebody postured up in that position, has been fairly weak here from the side of Secret as Redguard starts going off, one after the other. 3 quick kills for him.
Yeah, a bit of an Eco Cobra, but you'll take him. You'll take him every day of the week.
It's crispy aim at the end of the day, and that's what we were lacking in the first half. And suddenly they are within touching distance, just 3 rounds away now from tying up this map. Crucial ultimates, though, now available for the side of Secret, but they have to utilize them intelligently. They have to make them work. A lockdown, a pit. But they're still going up against so much on the side of TL, who have a pit of their own. They have that Hunter's Fury to potentially flush somebody out. But you can see, significantly different experience now in the coach booth. It's all smiles.
Yeah, what a different look it is already. As said, though, early flash for NV, just going to head on through. Safe does get pinged out, and that's unnoted, waiting with the ult. Now's the time to go for it.
Goes right before the 0 point connects. Just going to be clearing out the turret for now. See how they try to approach this. Drone did go into the back, but looks like Nat's not spotted at all. They're trying to get the spam through onto Jeremy. Won't be able to make it happen. He gets a plant, he gets out.
5 in a post plant, that's different this time.
Yeah.
Now I look towards the flank. What is that back line looking at? We do even have the lockdown coming in. There's the counter. So that should be dealt with pretty swiftly. There it is. Yampy did find Borkum. Yampy does get traded down on, though, eventually. And now a 3v3. The lockdown is still ticking.
And that's Detain. 2 Detains, actually. It's just safe. He doesn't get hit by this. It's just tucked away in the back of sight. Safe going to have to lead the charge. The pit drops down.
This is so high pressure now. Safe needs to try and be the bodyguard, be the one to take the fight here, because they're about to swing.
They're holding it right now.
He's not stopping. Gets taken away. Now down to Envy. And now there's no time. He's got it safe. Can't chase him down. There's no other option. It took everything that Secret had, and all that is left remaining is 1.
Still so close, but Secret managed to make it work here. They get that map point locked in. Liquid, they committed everything that they had to that round, but they do still have a more comfortable buy coming into this, so there's still a chance for them to continue to run this back. Secret are not out of the woods yet, and that was looking fairly catastrophic. Yamping being able to get 2 on this flank, pushing around towards A main, was enormous. If that doesn't happen, this is a significantly cleaner hold for the side of Secret.
But also the lockdown not getting destroyed. How game-changingly different could that have been? Yampy turns the flash. Gonna be now noted early. Oh,
it's gonna stay.
Yeah, Yampy's willing to sit around on this one. Not sure if he got noted on this angle, but again, they are desperate to try and force him deeper into these sites. He does have support though. He does have Redgar there with him. How long does Yampy sit on this? He now needs to make his mind up. Chip damage is in. I think it's time to back away.
They put that one right at his feet. Pulls back. He's still just going to be holding from the front of yellow though, but as the flash comes in, he does back off just a bit more. Clearly, Secret right now at least not really entertaining the idea of moving over towards A. They have pulled a fair few rotations. Now there's that mid pressure coming down as well from Safe as he once again pushes out 2. Turret makes contact. That's going to be noted.
Not following up on that though. The knife's going to clear. Make sure that Yampy is no longer sitting around the wall. Still in place here. Utility knocked. Finding the connection needed, and there's the ult. Borkum's going to find this. Deeper wall comes in. Jeremy, does he get the plant through? Looking to see if there's anything to stop it. No, and Yampy's actually been found. Jesse's the one to get him.
Jesse gets a kill. All the util gone from Redgar as well, so now they don't have a drone to try to push into this, so he just goes in blind.
He's fighting.
And gets shut down. Nats pushing his way out through Snowman. Does find Jesse Bash. They're still bleeding. Members dry here, and it looks like Secret might have finally done it.
Yeah, Safe and Nats, we need some miracles here. 2 incredibly talented players, nasty players. But that Viper's Pit keeps Secret safe. And Liquid evaporating under the pressure. Secret, that first half gave them everything going forward.
Just a couple more rounds perhaps there from the side of TL. Maybe they would have been able to make this happen. It's a very good effort, though, here from them, Lauren, to be able to rally back, to be able to put these many rounds up, considering how that first half went. You can tell that they're not looking to give up, and I'm sure we're going to be seeing them rallying back on Fracture.
Yeah, this is much better. Fracture on the horizon, to me, is so imperative, though. I want to see Liquid looking way more robust, especially on the attacking side. For me was a little bit hit and miss, looked a little out of sorts. I really want to see more from that there. That's what I'm going to be eyeing up going forward. For Secret, though, fabulous performance. Loving what we're seeing from them individually and as a collective.
It's a great start. The Pacific team has continued to impress, but can they close it out? That's the question.
That is the question. We'll find out after the break.
Recalling my bot.
Stay alive.
wings. Red Bull gives you wings.